going on? So today in this video we're going to be talking about supplements that actually work. Okay, and if you watch to the end, what you're going to find is the difference between why supplements work and why others don't. Okay, so the first supplement we're going to talk about today is Irish moss. Now, Irish moss is seen as more of a health supplement. Not really many people shout about it as much as they probably should have, as much as they should. But what it does is it because it's packed with micronutrients such as vitamins. It's got 92 of 102 essential minerals. I think it's got like 60 or 70 different vitamins as well. It gives the metabolism everything it needs to do what you want it to do. So if you're on a caloric surplus and your aim is to build muscle, and you're doing everything else around that to optimize that effect that you're looking for, the Irish moss is going to support it. It's like having a turbocharger in your car, for instance, or something along those lines. Okay. Now the same applies with fat loss, because the metabolism has got every single bit of fuel it needs. You'll find that you'll not need any excess fat stores for energy and stuff like this. It'll really help you achieve a deficit if that's what you're looking for as well. Now, the next supplement I want to talk about is a supplement called creatine. Now, creatine is basically like a substitute for energy within the body, and this really helps when it comes to performance in the gym. Okay. Now, when we lift or run or move, we use a form of energy called ATP. This is adenosine triphosphate. Okay, triphosphate, 3 phosphates. Okay. Now, when we start feeling that lactic acid build-up and we're really struggling to finish that last few reps, this is where one of the phosphates is depleted, and it becomes ADP, adenosine diphosphate, which means 2 phosphates of energy. Now, when you've loaded up with creatine and you've been supplementing it for a little while, that diphosphate gets substituted with another creatine phosphate, which again gives you adenosine triphosphate, which allows you to push more volume out than you otherwise would. And again, as we know, progressive overload, reaching failure is absolutely key. And you're increasing your maximal volume through just supplementing the creatine. So it's very effective and it's widely accepted in this case. Now, another supplement that I'm totally against. Now, I do think it has a place in some parts of the world, or some lifestyles and things. But the way it's used now, it's overused, is caffeine. Now, my replacement for caffeine is a supplement called Shilajit. Now, Shilajit, again, mega high mineral content. It acts as a nootropic, so it aids in focus, concentration, cognitive function, cognitive abilities, recollection, memory, all this different stuff. But it also gives you a massive boost of energy. So what you'll find is a lot of people who work in the corporate world are really benefiting from stuff like this. And if you're working in the corporate world, you'll benefit from Shilajit too. Now, I see Shilajit as a replacement for coffee. And why do I say this? I say this because coffee has a half-life of 6 hours, meaning it's half of the content of caffeine is depleted but within 6 hours, which is okay. But then your quarter life is 12 hours. And then from there, say you're waiting another 6 hours for the last bit, or maybe even if it's 15, the whole of your day, you've got caffeine in your system, even more than you're probably sleeping with. And as a result, we know sleep's more of a priority than having false energy in our body. So it counteracts the importance of sleep and recovery in replace of quick energy. You see what I'm saying? So when we replace this with something like Shilajit, what you're doing is you're giving your body the boost of energy it needs, the boost of concentration, clarity, focus, to do your job well, to perform well in the gym, but without the inhibitions on your sleep, which is absolutely key if you want to build muscle, you want to lose body fat, you want to improve your composition in any way, shape or form, or even if you just want to do it for health reasons. Listen, as we get older, sleep is mega important, and the way caffeine is used on a day-to-day basis in copious amounts by people all over the world. People having 3 and 4 coffees a day. No good. No good. Now, do I think once in a while it's okay? I think absolutely. But it shouldn't get in the way of your sleep, which a lot of people aren't realizing that is what it's doing. And it creates a vicious cycle that you become trapped in. Okay? Now, the last supplement I want to recommend, and this is only for convenience, is protein. Okay? The reason I recommend protein is because as we get bigger, or if you're female and you're struggling to meet your protein target, you, you can struggle to consume the amount of protein you need to develop your muscles without some degree of supplementation. It becomes a bit hard to whole foods alone. While whole foods are absolute, or you might be just too busy and things like this, I will always advocate for whole foods in some circumstances, incorporating convenience as a priority through a protein shake can really help for you to meet your target and keep you on track with your training and your nutrition. Okay. Now, when it comes to supplements and why some work and why some don't, think about it. You have tons of people and they have these proprietary blends and all sorts of stuff. Oftentimes, these powders and even tablet forms, you can process so much that the bioavailability of them, the actual substance that you think you're consuming, is at such a diluted amount that a lot of the effects aren't really there. Whereas when it comes into scientific study and practices and testing and things like this, you see the effects over time and also trial and error. But in this case, what you'll find is when you are getting the right nutrition, you don't even need supplements. Where a lot of these extra little things, boost testosterone, boost this, boost that, do this, the other, your metabolism does that for you anyway. So what you need to do really is you need to feed the metabolism. Okay? And a lot of people again focus solely on macronutrients and then throw all these supplements in and think that's them at the top level. If you really want to get the most out of your results, you want to incorporate prioritizing the metabolism and consuming foods that are feeding that and giving it the fuel it needs to really push you forward in getting the results. So guys, look, we've got a bit of hoovering going on now. I'm going to stop this video there. I want to thank you for watching, and if you like tips like this and you want more of them, be sure to check my new book out. It's called The 38 Laws of Strength and Power. I recently wrote it, and it's got 38 tips that I've used with thousands of clients from all over the world, in person, literally online, everywhere, and they've all been able to get results on a consistent basis. Okay, so if you like that, like this post, like this video, subscribe, give us a subscribe, and be sure to hit the link in the description to get the book. Take care, guys, and I'll see you next time.